Hello. Are we recording?
We are.
We are. We're recording. Welcome. Welcome to the podcast. I don't think we're really keeping up with the numbers anymore, so I guess that's a good thing. But welcome, everyone. Today we have Capri Green, Michael Eaton.
Hello.
And Carly from TickTock.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Well, we have a little bit to talk about today. Well, we have a lot, but we're going to try to squish it in 20 minutes, right, team?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And we just ran over here from Brandy's. So we're a little out of breath. I'm really cold.
I'm surrounded by a bunch of long-legged folk.
Yeah. What'd you say? Short arms, short legs?
Wide load.
No.
Oh my God.
Man. So it's been, 2 weeks since we did a podcast or 3? Hasn't been 3.
I think 3.
The last one we did was
it's already
222.
It's already been 2 weeks since Austin. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So it shows like it is difficult to get in here every week. Like we try to get in here every week. We're in here working, but
we need to put it in the minutes.
Oh, we need to put it on the calendar. Let Brittany know we need a podcast. So anyway, but we have been doing a lot since 222. Michael, let's go ahead and talk about your poison ivy battle first. How do your ears feel underneath that?
They feel annoying right now, but we'll have to make sure to disinfect this thing like crazy. But it was. I got it Friday, so today is the 23rd. So I got it Friday, and was it Sunday morning? Yeah, Sunday morning was when I woke up. Like I got beat up. Swollen eyes, swollen ears, swollen face.
Could you open your eyes?
A little bit. I mean, I could kind of see. But, yeah. And then went to urgent care. And my wife wasn't going to come with me. I was like, just come with me. It turned out to be a good idea because...
She wasn't? Is she a coddling, nurturing wife? Or is she like, go ahead and go to the doctor? Or is she both?
I feel like I'm going to get in trouble either way after this. She's kind of both.
Yeah.
Like, she knows when I'm just like, just give me some space. But then at the same time, I'm like, help me,
Supportive.
Yeah, she's supportive.
So Sunday was one of those help me situations.
Yeah. And so we get there, and I don't do hospitals. I had pneumonia a lot when I was a kid. I was in the hospital a lot. And I don't. What they call it, white coat syndrome. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I actually have that, but I just don't do hospitals. I don't like going. Haven't had to go in a long time, so I went, and my blood pressure's always through the roof anyways going in there. And so they took it. Oh, it's a little high, but we understand why. And then I don't give blood. I don't do needles. I just don't. Like, I can see it done, but not to me.
So you're going to be able to give IVs and give shots as a fireman.
Yeah, that's fine. I did that.
People, but
yeah,
when it comes to yourself, you're like...
I don't know. I just never been into it. Like, no, thanks. It's never ended well for me, giving blood or donating plasma or any of that stuff just never ends well.
What do you mean? It doesn't end well.
I don't like it.
Oh.
I don't like doing it. I guess I have a slow blood flow, so it takes a long time, to get how much blood you want to give, or when you donate plasma to separate it and all that. I don't enjoy it. And so got the steroid shot, and it hurt a little bit. It's in a tender spot, so it hurts a little bit, but then,
Like your bum?
Yeah, it's right above the butt. Like
Charlie Brown, as we all learned.
Yes.
Oh, and what is a Charlie Brown? Why do you call it Charlie Brown?
Because he's bald.
Yeah, and a shot in the butt is called a Charlie Brown?
Right.
Oh my God. Learning.
Education with Carl.
That should be a TikTok segment.
We also know
we
it's
could
a
have
tender spot for Michael.
Right. But for other reasons.
Yes. So it was fine. I felt fine. And we were going to be in and out of there in 20 minutes. Like, fastest urgent care visit probably ever on record is what it would have been. Because we were about to walk out the door. Yeah. Everything's fine. So I get up, and I'm like, I'm kind of feeling lightheaded. And she's like, okay. And so we about to walk out the door, and I'm just like, I think I'm going to pass out. And apparently, just as Christina grabbed my arm, I just slump over. And it really, I thought it was really quick, but apparently I was out for about a minute. So she just kind of shoved me into a chair. Like she had my arm.
Supportive wives do.
Yes. So there's a chair next to the door. There's the bed and then there's the chair. And so she just kind of shoved me there. And I woke up kind of on the side of the chair, like full sweat, like worse than yoga, hot yoga, full sweat and just breathing really hard. And then there's like the nurse and the doctor. And then they put the sensor on my arm, like, oh, you have like a heart rate of 40. We're going to kind of let you sit there for a minute. And then they ended up doing an EKG, which they had to shave my chest because I'm not a Charlie Brown. I am not.
On top.
So
Welcome
that
to the
was
podcast, everybody.
Yeah.
Chest hair and bumps.
So that's what happened Sunday. And then it's finally on the mend, I think. I can see fully. My ears aren't as huge. Like yesterday morning, I woke up, or last night, again, it's just like all of a sudden just.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You look a lot better than the other day.
Thank you.
Could you open your eyes big enough to see the cartoon I sent you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did see that.
And the one your wife posted.
She asked if she needed to take it down. I was like, no, it's already out there. It's got so many comments. Just let it. It's fine.
And I may have mentioned it in at the chamber lunch, because you weren't there. But I said, he's battling poison ivy. You may want to go check out those pictures on his Facebook. And Kason looked at me like, no, you didn't. And I was like, yeah, I did.
Thoughts and prayers.
It's because we love Michael and we want him to feel included.
Yeah, it was fine. And of course, the one that I didn't go to was like huge, apparently.
I know. Kason said, well, the turnout will probably be low. So, we were guest speakers and Carly was trying to decide on whether to do it. And Kason waved it off like, oh, the turnout will probably be low. Well, it was anything but.
That was a really big, small crowd.
I had to park way out there, had on heels. I was trying to walk in the rocks, but man, what a great turnout. It was really, and Carly did speak. We all think she did a great job.
She did. They're just trying to make me feel better.
I'm sure you did great.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
No,
I don't think so.
No, I think you did great, and I liked the engagement when our whole group was up there talking. People were excited, and it's just such a new thing with podcasts and the videos and all that. But I was watching the crowd, and they were into it. When you were speaking,
that feeling has never happened to me before, and then I realized it's because every time I have ever been on a stage, it has been scripted, memorized, or like it's been behind a camera where I've messed up, but I've edited out the parts I've messed up, and I've pushed out a final product where it's fully edited and whatever. Mm-hmm. So
do we need to get a teleprompter?
Well,
for future
you saw my
engagement?
face. You saw my face when y'all were like, "Oh, we're just gonna wing it." I don't wing it. That's not in my blood.
Yes, we do need a teleprompter, but you had notes,
right. But then anxiety took over,
and you couldn't see the notes.
Right, I couldn't even feel my hands.
She said, oh, and then Kason just gets up and he just talks, and then...
Right, everyone was just talking like they knew words. I opened my mouth and
words were coming out.
My blood forgot how to flow.
So he has low blood flow. You went to no flow.
Right. It was zero human activity was happening. I looked out in the crowd and... every word that I spoke, my human activity
like I turned merch, like something about human activity.
You grabbed both hands on the microphone. You're like trying to think of that word.
I
was like trying to step closer to see if it was helping, but I'm like, I don't know if that's help.
I asked Marie what the word screen printing. I say screen printing like 5 times a day. The shop has been one of my clients from the beginning. What?
Oh my God.
And it was like my brain was screaming it at me, but my mouth just forgot how to mouth.
It was not that bad.
I've never experienced that feeling before. It was like my mouth had a heartbeat and it flatlined.
By the way, it has been weird with all this swelling stuff. Like I could feel my heartbeat in my eyeball, like on my eyelid, on my ear, because it's so inflamed. It's very strange.
So basically, my mouth had poison ivy.
Yeah, basically.
That's why we put the two of y'all together.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Rumi.
Hey.
Oh my god! And are your ears still swollen? Can we see?
They are, yeah. They're a little bit. Not
Let's
terrible.
see. Oh yeah.
It's more the earlobe at this point, and this is probably not helping having these on.
Alexa,
But,
order new podcast headphones.
We will make sure these either put my name on them.
But is
or
that
will-
real? Can you really get poison ivy from someone else's poison ivy? Because I've heard that, but I've never heard of if it actually happening. You know what? It did happen to me one time. One time Eric had some on his arm, and he decided at night to put his arm right here. And sure enough, like I had it all across my stomach.
Yeah, that's why I'm very glad that my wife and I have a king size bed because she's very allergic to it, and so we have stayed away from each other.
Like nature's tattoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Repellent.
it's not a fun tattoo. I
Full
don't
of
have a
repellent.
tattoo, but it's yeah.
Wow. Okay. And then, so last week, Michael and I, we went to Austin with the Chamber Leadership Program. And that was Michael's first trip to Austin.
It was
Wow.
And
Yeah.
have you put together that video montage yet?
not yet.
Yeah,
I'm
we
going
need to
to.
put some of that footage in here. That was really funny. But we stayed right downtown. We stayed right by the Capitol. We went into the Capitol, and we got to go up to the very top of the Capitol, which not everyone gets to do. But my legs were sore the next day, y'all. Like that was a lot of steps.
Yeah,
But so cool to see the very blue top of the ceiling with the star and
and we were walking correctly the next day,
yeah, for sure.
unlike other people.
Yeah, like some people, it was really fun, but it was on a Tuesday, and some people were like, Austin, yeah! Like, we're going out! And I'm like, I thought we were here to see politicians.
And not just like our representative, like our state representative.
Yeah.
Dr. Stuckey.
Yeah. Yeah. And, but some people were really, really excited, and we still had fun. We stayed up pretty late and everything.
Which now we know somebody that knows Adele and LeBron.
Yes.
And I think, I don't know.
We don't know. Michael had his camera out in the lobby because we were getting the footage of people getting to the hotel. And this guy came up and he said, "What are y'all doing? What's the camera for?" And he said, "I just got out of the hospital." And he did. He had like this patch on his head. He was bald and Charlie Brown. And
He was a Charlie.
he was Charlie Brown. And then he just started name dropping. He's like, "Where is he from? London?"
Yeah, he had a I don't know if this is correct to say, like a wealthy British accent. Like I don't know. He had a weird sweater on.
He was dressed
that was
like
at least $300. Yes.
Despicable Me. I was gonna guess like
Like Groot.
yes. It had this little stitch right here, and it was tight, and he had on these little tight rich pants. And anyway, he wanted us to film him.
Yeah, he wanted to get an interview, and he's written this book that's coming out next February or something. And each character in the book has a famous artist singing that person's theme song.
Did you
from
slip in
Adele
my
to?
TikTok?
He knows. Like
He knows
he's going to look
Brandon.
up our stuff. So
Like,
I texted him that we were
Merch
supposed to
link in
text
bio.
him. We
Yeah.
texted him and he didn't respond until later. There was some concert that he invited me to, and the next day I was like, "We're already gone."
Yeah, because South by Southwest was starting. So
Oh, yeah.
if we could have stayed, we could have got an interview and into some.
But I have all his information saved, so maybe by February, once his stuff goes up, because we asked him about his profile stuff. Like, I don't have anything up yet because it's not coming out yet. So like, I'll just kind of wait and see.
Yeah, but it was another interesting part of Austin, but it was really fun, and thanks to the chamber for
Yes.
allowing us to go. And then the content was great. Go check out the content on Chamber's page. I also need to put it on Branded's. We've been so busy, I haven't even put our Austin trip up there, so I need to do that. And then what else? What else happened after Austin? We did the chamber lunch. What else? Anything else? Your Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. Well, Carly has more TikToks accounts.
I do.
Right.
Yes. Who all are you doing?
Erico, Texas Professional Window Cleaning, The Shop. I'm about to start Swift & Co. and Sandy Creek Med Spa.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
I think that's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what have you learned throughout this last 3 weeks or month or however long it's been?
So much.
Well, we did have a TikTok kind of go a little viral.
We've had a couple.
I know.
Yeah.
The first one was
Miss
Capri.
Yeah.
Front and
Capri.
center.
Stay quiet over
And why do you think we chose you for the feature of that video?
I don't know. That's why I keep asking why. I don't know. I just try to stay in my corner and be quiet.
Because you're fearless.
But when you're needed, you'll come out of that corner
Yeah.
like a tiger.
Yeah.
Oh.
and your last name is Green because you're life givers.
You're life givers.
Yes.
And you're so good at written communication.
Yeah.
I am terrible at it. Terrible. I write like a 6th grader or younger. But when we need for that correspondence to be
You're always
legit,
like, I got this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
and you just sit there.
I write better than I speak. So
I feel the
agree.
same way.
I agree.
I feel the same way. As we saw yesterday.
Well, what were you wanting to say? Remember, you were like, there were so many
Yes,
things
finish
I
your-
needed to say.
Oh, about TikTok?
Anything.
I don't know. I was just like, what I planned on telling the people before my mouth decided to shut down, close shop, was just that, like, TikTok, that's something that I've learned, is that TikTok can be super beneficial for businesses in, like, a million different ways, because you kind of have a canvas, really, with the potential to have an audience to show whatever you don't have the opportunity to show in, like, a brick and mortar, you know?
Yeah.
There's businesses out there that are considered like super rigid or cut and dry or
You think about like the window guy.
right. Like,
It's just cleaning windows, but then the way Chad and you work together, it's hilarious and it really shows a fun side to him
right.
that people can relate to.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
And what also I think is cool, and what I've experienced as somebody who uses TikTok, is that there's businesses where you get to know the client or the employees and the business and the reason behind why they do what they do before you ever make an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that's the reason why you make an appointment.
Mhm.
Or hire a technician or whatever. And you have the opportunity to make educational content or funny content or show personality behind these employees or businesses or whatever that you wouldn't really get the opportunity. Like Chad's a good example because he doesn't have a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
He has a truck and he takes appointments and he goes around and he washes the heck out of some windows, and he does an incredible job. But he doesn't really have a place where you can go into a store and see like samples or whatever, But with TikTok, and he's already had like quite a few.
I know. He's dancing.
I think I've only had his account for 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
And he's already had quite a bit of views because he's got so much dang personality.
Yeah.
And that's what people want to see,
Yeah.
That's especially, and we've talked about this a lot, like in this is such a, I hate this term, but in this day and age, like in 2022, after the years that people have gone through, people want to see the humanity behind these businesses.
Oh, that's
they
good.
want to see
Yeah, that's
real.
true.
Yeah.
And they want to see, like, they don't want to call another whatever, and just be met with the Charlie Brown teacher voice. There's a lot of Charlie Brown is a paid actor in this podcast.
I know. Sponsored by Charlie Brown. I love our brand of TickTock. I went through it this weekend with some family members, and I said, okay, here's what it's like with who I work with. This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And just going through the TikToks, I said, if you want to know what's happening or where I'm at or what it's like at our company, please go through our TikToks. And then we did a TikTok during the tornado.
But did you see those comments that people are asking if we're hiring?
Yes.
Like they just see like how much fun we're having.
Right.
And they're like, oh,
Yeah.
wait, I can do this and get paid.
Yeah, I can wear sweatpants
Yeah.
to a business meeting.
Yes.
Right. And even like today, when we were at lunch, I got an email from some random person on my Big Kid Carly email account asking to market my Instagram. And I went to their website and it was boring, like, we want to buy your Instagram, blah, 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 But then you go to our TikTok account and we're social media marketers. But you get to see inside of our day-to-day lives and you get to see what it is that we're doing and who we are and like that we actually care about the work that we're doing,
Yeah.
And it's not just the work that we're doing, it's the silly crap in the in-between,
Yeah. Yeah.
And
everything we're asking our clients to do, we're doing too.
Right. And I think that's so
And
important.
that's a part about being vulnerable, which that's what yesterday was about. We just got up there and we talked. We faced our fears, public speaking, but there's a lot of people that won't even try to do that. So we're trying to walk the walk. We did not get ready for this podcast at all. None of us knew we were doing a podcast today.
Nope.
No makeup.
So same thing, we just want to encourage people to be themselves, be real, and I feel like
And
TikTok
get the
is
content.
really
Just
Yeah.
like during that storm, I was like, we need to record this.
I
Like,
know,
it's
right.
like we need to get on it and just get footage and
right.
see
And,
what
like,
happens.
The one we did with Capri that went a little viral, we did 2 takes of that. And the first one, it was super cute and it was funny. And they were like, okay, that one's good. But I knew that one would not do as well.
How did you know that?
Because it wasn't finessed enough. Like it wasn't on par with the trend enough. It was a little bit messy.
Oh, okay.
You're saying we're messy?
I'm saying we're messy, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It was like
I have no clue.
it just wasn't fine tuned enough to be on par with the trend.
Okay.
Like it would have been funny and cute, but to be on par with the trend enough to go viral, it wasn't good enough for that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no, guys, we need to do it one more time. And they were like, oh, really? And I was
Because
like,
the first
"Come
time
on."
took a whole 3 minutes.
Right.
It was,
And I was like, come on, just
Maybe
stick
less.
with me. Just one more time. And we did it one more time. And it was great. It was awesome. It was perfect. And I posted it.
Boom.
300,000 views
Plus,
later.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
And then all our other views started going up. And,
Right.
we're trying to get to that 1,000 mark so we can go live on our TikTok. And we're, at 4 something?
Yeah.
4.
And so, I know that me coming into people's businesses with my phone in their face is, super uncomfortable. And TikTok is super, hands-on. But if they'll trust me and, give me a little leeway or whatever, I promise I know what I'm doing.
Yep.
And I won't do anything that they're super uncomfortable with, but I will push them a little bit. And we'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see Sandy Creek's.
Oh, yeah.
Like she already has so many.
Yeah.
And what'd you
She's gonna
say
be so
in
excited.
the way that Ray, or the
Ray way?
Yeah,
The Ray way.
I was filming her coming out of the door and just waving, and she was like, "What do I do?" And I was like, "Just wave at me," in that super Ray way.
No, that's a and I mean, people. Speaking of needles, the Deborah, the injectable, they're doing a podcast in here next week. She was injecting a client, and the clients walk in. They don't know who we are, and not one of them have said no to being on camera. We're there with our camera. They're walking into a spa, and we're all there with our cell phones.
Yeah.
Can we get footage of you? So that poor
Right.
lady, she had Deborah in her face, Ray on the wing, Carly right over her
Right.
like this.
Yeah,
And I'm back here trying to take pictures. I figured out this week that I am a little afraid of needles because we went up to Wichita Falls to get footage or for content for Deborah. And the first few I did okay, but like watching that needle go into the lip, I was like, oh. I started feeling like Michael. I was like, I think I need to sit down.
Yeah.
I don't know. So even yesterday, I'm like, I'm trying to take photos and like not actually look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm forging through. We're getting it. Jacobo was not scared. Thank goodness. You're not scared of needles. No. But did you say that needles? You can't do needles on TickTock?
Yeah, they kind of play against you on TikTok.
And
even if it's like for sure, like at a spa or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and you know what I found out is like even our St. Patrick's Day video, because they kind of changed up the terms of service, and even our St. Patrick's video. Wow.
That's how we were talking on St. Patrick's Day.
I think the effects of yesterday is still kind of fading off. Our St. Patrick's Day video on both accounts, mine and Brandon's, didn't do so well because of the alcohol.
Oh, okay. Was there alcohol there?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
I thought Marie just had a stroke.
Yeah. Oh, it was so fun. Oh my gosh, I love. And they're going to get out in here in April and do a podcast. Matt, talk to me again about it.
Good.
Love locality. Love locality. And this weekend's prom. So if you're downtown, just know that the square is going to be shut down. I think it's like from 3 to 6 or 7.
12 years in Decatur, and I never went to prom.
Do you want to go Saturday and take photos?
Absolutely not.
Are you sure?
I've never been sure.
Do
we need somebody to be there Saturday to take photos?
The dresses are really pretty. Jacobo will be there. She's going to prom
she's going.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Eric will be there. I'm going to a yoga retreat. I'm not sad about that.
I didn't go to prom willingly. I stayed far away from prom.
You did?
They take you afterwards and get you hypnotized or something.
Yes, they did used to do that and film it.
What?
Yeah.
And show everyone. Yeah. That's a thing.
It's like after prom something so that the kids don't go off and do naughty after prom stuff.
Yeah, and they do it at project graduation too.
Yeah, it's like they hire a hypnotist and they hypnotize you in front of everybody. And
no thanks.
You ain't getting me. Not today, Satan.
I've never heard of that.
Mm-mm.
That's done, right? They don't do that anymore?
I don't know.
I think they do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. They did it with Gage's class. So, yeah. No, it's still a thing.
I don't, knowing me.
Town country thing.
No.
That's no. You're not going to get me.
No,
You're not going to get me caught up.
Hey, what's going on in the podcast world? What podcast do you have lined up?
Well, Jared Morris is about to start releasing his. So he's done 8, which it's been a year that he started. Yeah. So he really wanted to build it up because he's a famous singer from Decatur. It's kind of cool that he's in here doing this, but so he'll start releasing those in April. So be on the lookout for those. And like you said, locality will be in here soon.
The chamber. They're going to
the chamber will be in here. They're going to start really boosting that for the Food Truck Challenge. So you're going to see a lot of the sponsors coming on, which that should be fun. I always like just having new people come in and seeing their reaction. And I remember seeing not Sandy, I'll call her Sandy Ray. She was so nervous the first time.
Yeah.
But then an hour later, she was like, oh, yeah, I can do this.
Yeah.
Can I schedule some more? It's like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It helps to know that it's comfortable in here. It is a little warm in here. But
I turned up the heater. Sorry.
It's all right.
If everyone's sweating, that's my fault.
But it is. It's a comfortable spot. And
I was super nervous my first time, and I feel like this one's a little easier.
Oh, it is? Okay.
The more you do it, the easier it gets, I think. And it's just the people you have is a very big, important part of it, too. Yeah. If you have somebody that you don't know at all and never talked to them in your life, you're like, kind of awkward. But that's what Jared does, though. He brings in people that he hasn't really talked to before, and they just get to know each other for the first time on the podcast.
I like that randomness and answers on the fly type deal, and you don't really know where the conversation's going, which is how we do all our podcasts. But
right.
I like it when I don't know the person and I can learn.
And it's a good way too. You know, we've had the chamber in here to do announcements, things like that through a podcast video. And it's a good way to get people in here. And we had that one time there was like 10 people around the table.
Oh, wow.
When they first announced the leadership. I mean, it was packed. And so they were all like sharing microphones and going back and forth. But it's a fun way to do it. And again, we said it before, but they're being seen. It's worth it.
They are. And so to schedule that, they just call you, email, message.
Yes,
whatever.
there is actually a link in our Instagram that you can schedule a podcast through Square. And I'll get that notification.
Okay.
So it fills out your email, your phone number, and all those things. It's on our Instagram profile.
All right.
At Branded Film Media. I know we just changed it recently.
I don't know.
It's there.
We'll put in the link for this podcast. So how are ads going, Capri? What's new in the ad world?
They seem to be going great. All of our accounts are receiving messages, phone calls. It is changing a lot. I can tell, like the budget's changing a lot. Like what Facebook says that will, like you have to meet certain requirements to get certain engagement, and it keeps going up and up. And I don't know if that's true or not true. Like a lot of our boosted posts now, you have to like meet a minimum requirement of 4 days with $35, and we used to just boost posts for like $5.
Yeah,
so throw $5 here, throw $8 here, right? And now it's like minimum requirement if you want the post to get.
Does that mean that they won't let you post, or is that just their suggestion?
Okay.
Or it won't go as far.
Yeah, it just won't.
They won't work with you as much, maybe.
Engagement. Yeah.
I always like to test that ourselves because I just don't believe Facebook. I don't trust them. Like what's the option that you have when you place the ads? Smart audience? No, it is not. That is them taking your money and you're not. They're just not going to see your stuff. So I really like, the specific ads that you do.
Yeah, I really do try to stay with either local or friends of friends.
Yeah, that's my favorite, friends of friends, because it's real. Because even though you may get 6 shares, they're real shares. They're not like the fake likes or whatever. It's much
organic.
Yeah, the friends of friends is my favorite.
But yeah, so I'm just kind of trying to navigate through this and see, where's this going. And I don't know if it's because of the transition from Meta or what, but it seems to be changing a lot. And
well, from what I see, Meta is failing. It didn't take off like they thought, right, Carly? Like they thought it was just going to explode and everyone was going to have goggles and everyone was just going to jump on board, but they didn't.
No.
Like everybody was like, I don't think so. No.
And I wonder if part of the thing with the whole ad things is maybe Facebook is trying to figure out what works best. So because they're trying to figure out, it's making us have to figure it out at the same time. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely trying to catch Facebook. I mean, they're trying to catch TickTock because TickTock is just flying. Yeah. And then the Reels are really just them trying to do TikToks. All the Reels I see on Facebook and Instagram are all TikToks that I saw 2 weeks ago. Have y'all noticed that?
I've noticed that, yeah.
Yeah, there are a handful of people who like make reels on Instagram and push them out. But all of the things that I've heard about Instagram reels, like they have flaws that are super limiting to like letting them share them outside of the app or customize them or whatever. So I like it's almost better to make them outside of the Instagram app and then import
put them in.
Yeah. And that's what I saw. I think I saw TikTok today that said you can get, $800,000 view on your reels, but it doesn't transition to anything. It doesn't transition into more followers on Instagram. It just kind of sits there. It doesn't really do a whole lot. Have you? Oh, it does. Okay. Like people were hoping like if their reel went crazy that would turn into 2,000 followers and it just doesn't. It's like, maybe.
I mean, I haven't got my 2,000 followers, but I've gotten a handful of reels that's gotten several thousand views, and I don't know. I've gotten a couple hundred followers out of it.
Okay.
So the reels are different from TikTok. So like you do different reels than you do TikTok.
No. Any reels that similar to what I've put on branded.
You just take
they
the TikTok
come from
and save
TikTok,
it, and then
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I usually try to do watermarkless videos. However, with branded, I've been keeping the watermark on because I'm trying to pull people over
to TikTok.
to our TikTok.
Yeah.
I just wonder if that's more beneficial doing it that way than posting the TikTok on like a Facebook page for clients. That's what I'm saying. I wonder if it's more beneficial to make it into a reel.
The only thing about Instagram Reels, which is super annoying as well, is if you post it onto a reel, you cannot share it to Facebook. You have the option to allow it to eventually maybe be suggested on Facebook. Like how when you scroll on Facebook, you get those suggested reels or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally by chance. Facebook decides.
I didn't know because you know how they're connected. Like you can have both counts. Like
but you can't do that on the reels, which is weird.
Yeah, if you post it as a video on your account, you can decide to post that to Facebook, but then it's not posted as a reel.
I just wonder where they're drawing the line because I've seen in the ads trying to boost videos, it sucks. It really like how much money they're trying to get you to pay for boosting videos on just on Facebook in general. It's worse than like pictures and they just post. So I just
because they don't want to handle the data.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I wonder where they're going with that. Like,
yeah,
are they gonna
and then you can
eliminate
post
videos or what?
You can post like a full minute on Reels on Instagram, but then if you decide to take that same reel and post it onto Facebook, they only let you post 15 seconds of it.
It's so limiting.
Yeah.
And then videos on Facebook, they just don't do good at all.
And
I don't know.
yeah. So we'll keep going. I have noticed this last week, traffic is up on Facebook. So all across the board.
Yeah.
Because the last 2 or 3 weeks before that, it was terrible. Yeah. Oh my gosh, nothing was being seen, even with money behind it. But all of a sudden this week, it's back up. Yeah. Everything's fine. Yeah. I posted a picture of the Wise Twist Custom Rainbow, and within 5 minutes, I already had 45 likes, which is how it was for years. But for the last 3 weeks, it has not been doing that. So hopefully they'll stop being buttholes.
And TikTok is going through some growing pains with the new terms of service, but I think it's working itself out because there's been more viral videos than less that I've posted lately. So
good.
Yeah, it does seem that way for sure. For sure. All right, y'all. Well, that was a good little short podcast. Carly, I was really proud of you yesterday because we gave her the choice, because she'd never done public speaking before. Oh, we do it at the high school, and you did awesome there. But this was a big crowd.
Well, that was like 4 people compared to 8 million.
Yeah, it was a really big crowd, and I told her, I was like, you know what, play it by ear. If you feel like it, do it. If you don't feel like it, don't do it. And and she did. And just getting up there, that's the biggest thing.
I went in so confident, I girl bossed a little too close to the sun.
Oh, my gosh. I got video of the whole thing. I told her to
I'm going to need somebody else to edit that video because there ain't no way.
You're not going to look at the video.
I can't watch it.
So good. Well, Michael, good luck with your recovery.
Yes.
I hope you continue to deflate.
Me too. Me too.
Somebody poke a hole in them.
I just want to get feeling in my lips again. They're so chapped and dry.
And you talk weird. You're like,
I know. It's so,
if we poke a
I'm
hole
trying
in you,
not
will you go,
to, maybe TikTok.
his lips.
Yeah, it's just, I do not need lip filler for sure.
Oh,
it's been very.
Oh, y'all, I was going to say real quick. My son has all his friends coming up to him and saying, I seen your mom on TikTok. I was like, oh my gosh. Or one of his like little girl friends, like she came, she's like, your mom is crazy. her TikToks. I was like, Harley.
How does he feel about that?
Welcome to
Does he-
Branded. We'll make you go viral.
Does
And
he
your
like the
kids will be
attention?
embarrassed.
You will be talked about at the elementary school.
And the high school.
high schools.
Mac, he goes, why can't you just be a normal mom? I was like, it's not happening.
I really didn't know she was going to post certain TikTok videos on there, but anyways, yeah.
The one at the med spa?
Yes. I really didn't think she was
Why
gonna
did you
post
think
that.
we recorded it?
Because we were having fun.
Okay.
And that's
Capri,
the point.
That was good. Oh my
Lesson
gosh.
number 1. Well, the first lesson was don't take us to your facial appointment.
Poor Marie.
Lesson number 2, I guess, is if you record a video with me,
Harley will
just
post it.
assume that it's going to be posted to
Yep.
TikTok at some point.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be
This is
edited.
what I do.
But anyways, I just wanted to throw that in that
Okay.
we are being talked about in the elementary school.
Which
and
is what it's all about.
that's pretty funny.
Awareness.
Yeah. I
Awareness.
know.
All right. Well, y'all have a good week. I'm going to
Yep.
go do yoga for the weekend.
Go team.
Have
And
fun.
I'll see y'all next week. All right.
Bye.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.